It's been a few weeks since Kanye West and Ty Dolla $ign have released their highly anticipated album Vultures 1, and I've been hesitant on making a video on it. I didn't want to make one as soon as the album released to avoid any recency bias, but now that the album has been out for almost a month, I'll finally give my true and honest opinions about it. It's not good. And before I begin this video, I just want to say that I made a poll a few weeks ago asking you guys if you wanted to see a video on Kanye West and Ty Dolla $ign's album Vultures 1, and majority said no. But I'm choosing to ignore that because it's my channel and I do what I want. So without further ado, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't, and let's start off with a few important details. First of all, this album kind of had to be good. For those of you living under a rock, in 2022, Kanye decided he wanted the entire world to hate him and did a lot of outlandish stuff, harassing Kim Kardashian on Twitter, creating a White Lives Matter shirt, but most notably being anti-Semitic and praising Adolf Hitler. And of course, the world was outraged. Kanye lost almost all of his brand deals, was banned from Twitter, and now the whole world practically hated him. But Kanye isn't new to this kind of scenario. Well, aside from the anti-Semitism, but I mean the entire world hating him part. Because back in 2009, Kanye was put in a similar position where everyone disliked him after his infamous stunt at the 2009 VMA Awards. But how did Kanye respond? By dropping a game-changing album. The following year, Kanye West released My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy to critical and commercial acclaim. Everyone loved the album. Well, almost everyone. Because it was ambitious and truly cemented Kanye as a creative genius. In my opinion, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is Kanye's best solo album and was the push he needed to be liked again by the public eye. But this time, it wouldn't be as easy as dropping any album. This album needed to be good. Really good if you wanted any sort of resurgence. But based on the fan reception of his past two albums, it wasn't gonna be easy. After it was revealed that Kanye West would be collaborating with Ty Dolla $ign for his new album Vultures, the album rollout slowly but surely began. Leaks and rumors of course started to surface, along with listening parties where Kanye revealed that he would be sampling the Backstreet Boys' Everybody, and from this point forward, the hype for this album was insane. More and more songs began to leak or were unveiled at listening parties before eventually dropping the single and title track of the album, Vultures. And this single was bad, like very bad. A combination of Kanye's underwhelming verse with questionable lyrics, a truly terrible Bump J feature, and the best part of the song Lil Durk being taken out the song on a streaming platform release made me really worried for the album. Then Kanye West finally gave us a release date for the album, and then pushed it back, and then pushed it back again, and again. But to be fair, this is nothing new for Kanye. And then finally announced that the album would be releasing in 3 different parts, with Volume 1 releasing on February 9th, 2024. And to my surprise, he actually released it on time. So the album was actually out, and me and my good friend Rev both reacted to the album when it first released. And it's safe to say we didn't like it. Okay, first of all, what is this album cover? Kanye is practically parading his new wife as a naked body doll, and multiple lyrics on this album make me believe that Kanye only views his wife as a sex prop. And if he doesn't, once again, this album cover really isn't helping him. This album contains 16 songs, or, well, did have 16 songs, but for the song Good, Don't Die got removed due to copyright infringement for not clearing the sample he used. Which, by the way, I don't care who you are or how much money you have, but this goes to any artist. If you're gonna sample something from a different song, you need to get the sample cleared first. You can't just take whatever pieces of music you want and put it on your album without any permission, because it leads to situations like these. But with all that out of the way, I can finally begin going track by track saying what I like and dislike about each song, starting with the first track, Stars. It's fine. It's fairly short and I really don't have much to say about it. It has decent vocal delivery from Ty, and the production is also pretty good, but Kanye West just throws the whole thing off, and he really isn't beating the anti-Semitic allegations with lyrics like these. I don't really like Keys to My Life. The first minute of the song is actually pretty decent, with an okay Kanye rapping performance, but Ty kinda falls flat here. He doesn't say anything, and vocally he sounds very bland and disinterested. Also, the beat is kinda weird. I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like a joke beat, but at the same time there's elements of actual production with some of the instrumentation of the song, so it's kind of weird. Nonetheless, just a boring song. Paid is so bad. Nice lyrics, Ty. And what is Kanye doing with his vocal delivery here? His squeaky mumble rapping isn't fun to listen to, and Kanye just starts saying random nonsense again. At least the back half of the song is good, and the chorus is alright, at least he's being honest. This song provides nothing interesting sonically though. Just listen to Fade off The Life of Pablo and you'll basically get this song but 100 times better. I actually like talking. Recently, it's become a trend for rappers to include their children in their records, but I think it works well here, and the sample is pretty good too. Certainly better than Adonis on For All the Dogs. And the song's message is really good too. Ty singing about how he wishes his daughter could stop growing so fast because he sees she's retreading stuff he used to do when he was younger, and Kanye vocally here does sound really good. It's nowhere near great, but the best song so far, and it's inoffensive. What the hell happened with Back to Me? When this song's chorus was first leaked, people were hyping it up to be the next Runaway, but no. And this song had so much potential too. That chorus is truly great and one of Ty's best performances here, and that Freddie Gibbs feature at the tail end of the song is probably one of the best rapping performances on the entire project. But Jesus, Kanye's verse is just so bad. Kanye repeats the same unfunny joke constantly throughout the song, and it just throws off the entirety of what the song was building up to. Not only does he constantly go off beat, but the way he raps the lyrics and emphasizes and strains certain parts of the chorus, just, Honestly, if Kanye was taken out of the song entirely, this had the potential to be one of, if not the best song on the album, but instead we're left with extreme wasted potential. Fuck Hood Rat. Atrocious sample, and this song is just so hard to listen to. I don't even know what to say because there's nothing I can say that convinces you more than the first 20 seconds of the song because it just repeats the stupid Hood Rat sample. Kanye just randomly screaming in the song makes it come off as obnoxious, and the overall tone and vocals here just do not match with the beat at all. Truly one of the worst songs Kanye has ever made. On the opposite side though, Do It is an amazing song and probably my favorite off the album. I really like the Nipsey Hussle sample / feature in the beginning of the song. It's a great intro and Ty really steals the show here. He's just straight sliding on his verse and it sounds so good. The chorus here is also really good too, along with the great beat. And surprisingly, Kanye didn't sell here. Well, okay, there's that one bar, but other than that, he keeps the momentum of the song on track and it sounds great. And that YG feature backed up with the amazing switch up on the instrumentation is truly one of the best features on the album. I really can't find many flaws with this song, which I can't say about Paperwork. Paperwork isn't bad, in fact it's probably the second best song so far, but it's really the delivery on Ty's verse and the sample used here that throws the song off for me. Add on a whatever Quavo verse and you have a song that isn't bad but isn't great either. Burn though is a great song. Burn is the only song in this album that sounds like OG Kanye, like something straight out of Late Registration. Ty's vocals on the hook here are really good, and Kanye delivers his best verse on the album here. The song is a bit short, but the only problem that causes is leaving me wanting more. Okay, hot take, I don't like Fuck Song. The chorus is lame, although it's fairly catchy, but the Playboi Carti and Travis Scott features are just whatever. They don't really add much, and both repeat their respective bars a few times before dipping. And Kanye, Alvin the Chipmunk delivers one of the worst verses here. And then Kanye just spews some random nonsense until Ty desperately tries to reel it back in with the hook. I'm skipping Vultures because I already talked about it, so next is Carnival. Carnival is regarded as the best song of the album with over 100 million streams, and I can see why. This song is great. Each verse all delivers and the beat is great too. Starting with Rich the Kid, he has a great opening verse and that chorus is funny but clever. Ty's verse is just clean. He's sliding on that beat and his flow is seriously amazing. And the Hell of a Life guitar strings are a nice touch. I think Kanye has the worst of the four verses, mainly because he tries to sound like he's Cardi, but overall it's a decent verse. But let's be honest, Playboi Carti has the best verse here without question. I've always been a fan of deep voiced Carti and he absolutely delivers here. Overall, Carnival is a great song, though it's not like amazing. Beg Forgiveness is shit. The Chris Brown feature sucks and the song takes way too long to actually start and is overall just a slog to get through. It's such a slog in fact that me and Rev didn't even finish it when listening to it first time. We turned it off 3 minutes in. But then we get Problematic. This was my favorite song on the album when I first listened to it because for the most part it's a great song. This song is almost entirely Kanye, but don't be mistaken, this is probably the second best he's rapped on the entire project aside from Burn. But what really carries this song for me is the amazing instrumentation. Once the trumpets come in and have a really easy and understanding melody, it sounds so impactful and instantly becomes one of my favorites on the album. It's not immune to shortcomings though, as it has a handful of really questionable lyrics that I don't want to pry on because that's a whole nother problem. Attic. But overall, this song is great. King isn't though, and it might be the worst outro track to any Kanye album. Kanye feels the need to address himself as a king, which I guess isn't as egregious as claiming he's a god, but in this song he wants to victimize himself, saying people are only making claims that he's bipolar or anti-Semitic. I won't cry on the bipolar stuff, but Jesus dude, do you really expect people to now believe you're anti-Semitic after you paraded yourself on podcasts and interviews hating on Jewish people, then want to backpedal and say you can't be anti-Semitic because you are Jew and apparently all black people are Jews? But how can I believe that when you claim you got autism from a car crash? And what do you mean you're still the king? You lost almost everything you had within the past year and throw your wife's naked body in our face every chance you get. That's not how any king acts. King is ass and one of the worst songs on the album. Seriously, it just doesn't sound good. And that's it. All 15 tracks are views. And I don't know if you could tell, but yeah, I'm not too pleased with this album. A lot of the songs felt half-baked, lyrically uninteresting, and Kanye is spewing random ideas and lines with Ty Dolla $ign so desperately trying to hold it all together. Surprisingly, a lot of people are enjoying the project, which is not what I expected, and all 15 tracks entered the Billboard Hot 100, so what do I know? Hopefully Vultures Volume 2 and 3 are better, but for now, I'd rate this album a 4 out of 10. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.